Hello, year 8, soon to be year 9, and then even sooner to be GCSE students. I hope you're all having, well, maybe not a good time, but as good a time as you can during these unusual times. What I'm going to be trying to do today is try to show you what computer science is all about at year 9 and at GCSE, and hopefully showing you that you want to be doing computer science. So let's get started. Start with computer science, the study of computers. It's also about learning about all those little pieces of computers, what a computer is, how we can get a computer to work the most effective way, learning about how computers can send data across the world, how computers can process instructions so quickly, and how computers can ultimately provide us with everything that we need in the real world. In addition, it's also looking at how computers can um, work with algorithms and how we can program algorithms into computers to get them to work properly. So a lot of it is learning how to program as well. It's also pretty awesome, but I am biased on the subject being a teacher. If you do enjoy computers, then yeah, go for computer science. It's an obvious choice. In year 9, you will learn how to make your own app. You will learn how to build your own computer, and you will learn how to make art with programming. So those are three things that we try to cover in year 9. So we're still working on the course at the moment, especially with this year being as it is. But the goal is by the end, you should be able to do these three things at the very least. So if you ever wanted to do any of these three things, then there's a great opportunity for you to do so. If you choose to follow it on into GCSE, you can learn how to be a computer engineer. They make loads of money. We'll look at that later. You can learn how to hack and how to stop hackers. And you can also learn how to create your own programs that are effective, that are useful, and that will help your life in so many ways just by streamlining things, making things easier for yourself. So we're going to be looking at those as well. Later on during this little video, I'll show you some examples, but absolutely something for you to be looking at and doing. So what benefits will you get from this? We know that computers are a very strange thing, but they are incredibly useful as well. And we do want to try and persuade you, hey, here's why you want to be learning how to do computer science. You will know more about computers than, well, it says 90% of the people in the world just in year 9. But let's be honest here, if you do computer science in year 9, you will know more about computers than 99% of the school. That's including the teachers. You will know more than any teacher. You'll probably know more about it than your parents, unless they work in the tech industry. You'll know more about computers, how they work, how to program than any of them. It is an incredibly useful skill that people are absolutely begging people to learn so that they can work in their industries. Speaking of their industries, people who work in the tech industry make more money on average, £74,000 as a salary. To give you an idea of how much that is, I won't tell you my current salary, but I will tell you it is less than half of that. And I really did make a mistake not going into the tech industry. What can I say? I love to teach. But if you're interested in making loads of money, then there's loads of money in this industry that you can absolutely get. You can also learn how to make your own game if that's something that interests you. It's something that interests me. I myself, Mr. Johnson, I make my own games as a hobby, and I also teach in Key Stage 5 as well. So if you're looking to do something with that, then it's a great opportunity to do so. Next, so hopefully that sort of shows you, here's some of the benefits, here's why we can do it. Here's what you need to be able to do. So firstly, what you don't need. You don't need your own computer or a powerful computer at home. If you have a laptop, that's brilliant. If you don't have a laptop, that's okay. You can still come in and learn how to do it. It just means it might be a bit harder to sort of practice some skills like programming at home, but you can still absolutely do this course. If you do already enjoy programming, whether it's in Scratch or maybe you're already looking at some text-based languages. We're doing programming at the moment, so we're looking at how to make patterns using Python. So maybe if you're enjoying doing some of this stuff, that might be a really good idea as to, that might show actually I want to do computer science as a subject. And you need to be ready to learn about it as well, ready to make your own programs, your own software, be ready to sort of tinker with things, try things out, see if they work, and if they do work, brilliant. If they don't work, oh well, we'll get them next time. Being good at maths would also be really helpful as well, just because math is something that comes up a lot in programming. So yeah, programming is something that is incredibly useful, and if you can do it, brilliant. And if you want to do it, and if you don't, if you don't know how to do it, but you want to learn how to do it, even better, do this course. I'm going to show now some examples of different courses that you might, sort of different things that we can look at, different things we do or have a look at in our course. So to start with, we have the Code.org. Hold on. To start with, we have the Code.org App Studio. So this studio is absolutely wonderful. It is a studio which allows us to, for example, this one allows us to make our own games. Apologies for the very strange looking video here. It's the only one I could find so quickly. But we can make our own strange looking things like that. We can make our own apps. So here, for example, you'll learn how to make this Tappy Tap app, where the whole point is, sort of a very quick little game. You try and grab the blue circle as many times as you can. So that's just a start, though. We can also then start looking at more text-based editing as well, text-based programming. So here, for example, I've got this program that makes all these dots appear on the screen. I can control the size of these dots, or the color of these dots here, and I can control the size of these dots as well as their color over here as well. So that's something we can try making. Over here, I believe this is the dice one. Yep, looking at sort of making 3D objects, like this 3D dice that I can move around using my mouse. It looks like a lot, but honestly, once you start understanding the concepts, it is fairly simple. This is stuff I did at the end of GCSE, bear in mind. So if you're looking at this stuff thinking, oh God, don't worry about it. This one is really easy, and we'll definitely do this one in year 9, making this cool looking painting program where, if I start it again, you start off on a small canvas and you can move it around. You start drawing this ever-changing pen, which really does just look absolutely amazing. Or this lava lamp. Again, this is much more looking at sort of the end of GCSE, this one. But this lava lamp here, for example, where we just make, I mean, honestly, it's probably my favorite one. I just love looking at these colors. At some point, I do just want to sort of put this into a program, grab a screen, and just hang this in my house somewhere. It just looks really cool. So that's some of the program we can start looking at. We can also start looking at sort of other things, such as, like I said earlier, hacking. So here, for example, we have a simulation of what's known as a DDoS attack. So these are the sort of things where, if you ever try to play a game on Christmas Day on a console and you weren't able to because so many people were on it, same idea, getting loads of people to make a request towards a server and causing that server to break. Or this example of looking at a um, sorting algorithm. So this is bubble sort, how we can take something like all these pixels here and sort them by their color. So we start with a jumbled up image and gradually go through sorting their color. So that is the idea. I'm going to go back to this one here. That is the idea. That's sort of the thing I really want to try and emphasize. Computer science isn't just, here's some stuff, here's computers. It also gives you a chance to be creative, do cool things. It gives you a chance to learn about the world. It gives you a chance to really express yourself if you want to, or to sort of see how technology is taking us and where it's taking us. And it is the future. We all know it's the future. We're already living in the future. So the important part is that you think to yourself, is this something I want to do? And if any single one of these has interested you and you thought, I want to learn how to make that, then absolutely take the subject. And I do not say that lightly. So I'm just going to take us back to the PowerPoint. As a quick reminder, here's what you need to be able to do. If you feel like you can do these things, fantastic. If you feel like you have the potential to do these things, just as good. I look forward to seeing you in year 9. Have a good rest of the day.